What's up, what's down? Tell me something going around. Let's discuss the light of day. Spitting truth, come with me. What's up, what's down? Nothing's ever out of bounds. There has to be a better way. Always something of a better play. Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack Baby things. Hero Shack, hey, Hero Shack, yeah. Hero Shack Daily things.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden move. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden move. You don't know the half of the abuse. Yeah. Welcome to the room of people who have rooms of people that they loved one day docked away. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean your brains will change from hand grenades. You'll never know the psychopath sitting next to you. You'll never know the murderer sitting next to you. You'll think how'd I get here sitting next to you. But after all I said, please don't forget. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. We don't deal with outsiders very well. They say newcomers have a certain smell. You have trust issues, not to mention they say they can smell your intentions. You'll never know the freak show sitting next to you. You'll have some weird people sitting next to you. You'll think that I get here sitting next to you. But after all I said, please don't forget. into burn. It looks like you might be one of us. All my friends are leaders, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse.
Well, stop what's down, jump some going round. Let's discuss the light of day. Spitting truth, come with me. What's up, what's down? Nothing's ever out of bounds. There has to be a better way. Always something of a better play. Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack, baby things. Hero Shack, hey, Hero Shack, yeah. Hero Shack, daily things. Here we go.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hero Shack Daily Things, episode 32. Let's let Miss Diana in. How you doing, honey?
Hey, hello, everybody.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I had to fix some. I'm working on something, and I wanted to come in and say hello and see how you were doing.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Frustrated, but all right.
How come you're frustrated?
Because it seems like the more rocks you turn over in the comic book industry, the more snakes you find.
Oh,
Like, there's so many ties to stuff that I don't consider appropriate for, for kids.
mhm.
I'm like, man, there's like nothing left. They've scorched the earth. It's like an attack on my senses and the poor kids. They have nothing to reference. They're collateral damage.
Collateral damage. Ooh.
Yeah, in this social war that is like ridiculous at this point.
So what if you stop turning over rocks?
Well, then you're stepping on them. You see?
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
All
right. Then you got to walk over them. It's
right.
a bumpy road. Anyways, how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right. I'm trying to get the doll pattern together, and it's just a little tricky because the way we have it designed and whatnot.
I'm putting together something so that I can show Eric.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll like that.
Well, we got to make a pitch.
Mm-hmm.
I really haven't made a formal pitch.
I know. It's
What
kind
if he hears my idea and he's like, "Oh, that just sucks."
I don't think he's gonna do
Could
that.
happen. I mean,
All right. It could.
anything is possible.
Anything and everything. sir.
Right. So we're just basically checking in. I was going to do more or less a draw stream,
Mhm.
but I need to order new cables. Because of course I couldn't hook up my setup properly because of our cats.
Right.
Miss Diana can testify. They will take these cables and in their mouth run down the hallway with them,
Yes, yes, they will.
among almost anything else they can carry.
It is the
And
craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. They're so fresh. They really are that fresh.
well, I want to say it's got a lot to do with them being raised around dogs. But I really don't have any clue. I've never seen cats like this, even when they've been raised around dogs. They're just, I don't know. I don't think they're really cats. I think they're mixed with something.
And
Maybe
mi-
squirrel.
they're mixed with something. Is that what you just
There's
said?
li- yeah, maybe there was a little squirrel in that juice or something. I don't know. Raccoon, maybe.
Oh, you are funny. You are so funny.
Guys, I'll be walking through the house, and one of them will try to climb my leg
Yeah.
because he wants my attention.
Of
If I
course.
stop, he just stretches and puts his, top claw somewhere about on my hip and just does a big stretch, starts purring. Then there's Belle, who will just literally leap at you. And then there's Brave, who is getting exceedingly dangerous. He's like a torpedo. Tonight,
He really
is.
is, isn't he?
Well, he's been running past me, getting out the door. But tonight, he had the brave heart to go right through Chewy as Chewy went through the door. And that's a new one. Usually they wait for Chewy to come through before they try anything. And this time he used Chewy by going underneath Chewy's legs. Just choom.
I know.
I had no chance to stop him. I was like, wow. Fortunately, they don't know the outside world at all. So he gets on the porch and he freezes. That's only going to last a little bit longer.
It's true though, right? I
Yeah.
mean, he's so fresh. So fresh.
Well, he is like I blamed Diana earlier today. I said, why didn't you name him Coward? Because as if they've really adopted to their names. Hook is a little weirdo. And
Yeah.
Belle, well, Belle is just a sweetheart. Hey Tim, what's happening, brother? We're just talking a little bit about the animals and how crazy they are.
Yeah.
You should see me set up. I have to, when I leave my studio, I have to take this microphone and lay it on its side, because if I don't, they will come in and rub on it and knock it over. And I don't want my $400 microphone being knocked over. They do try to get on my iMac, which is literally that thick. So of course they can't be stood on. They don't care. It doesn't matter.
No,
The
but
TV that's hung up. I put the TV against the wall. Do you know why?
so they wouldn't knock it over.
When it was suspended, they were using it as a hop between the file cabinet and the doorway.
It's insane. I know it is insane. I have seen them, and
we're not
can't-
talking about gentle leaps. We're talking about they're throwing themselves across rooms.
yeah, that's
And I
really
know,
it's crazy.
well, I know people are going to say, "Oh yeah, I've had kittens like that." I don't know. I thought I had cats like this too.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. Well, the poor dog is thinking that she's a cat. Like Diana brought her in today, and while Diana was downstairs carrying with the small one, Chewy came up, jumped on the kitchen table, sat down, and put her face in my face while I was sitting there drawing. And I said, "Oh, look, Diana, she thinks she's a cat." And Diana had a heart attack because there's our 40-pound dog up on the kitchen table sitting there like a cat.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, and of course, Diana yelled and she got right down.
I'm
But,
like, you gotta be kidding me. Stop. You're so
I
naughty.
told you.
I know.
She gets right up there like a cat. She don't care.
I believed you. I just hadn't actually seen it because normally she doesn't do that. You know, normally.
So I'm surprised you're here. I thought you weren't going to come in tonight.
Well, you're the one who said it, and I didn't say that. I'm working. I'm busy, and I've got to get the dolls doing, and have to create my own pattern, so which is fine. Um,
So I guess the daily update on issue 7 is we've got it sent to the printers.
yeah.
And I have to send the alternative cover as well, but I'll do that tonight. It's not going to delay the ordering any. Yeah, it's an exciting time.
It is.
Issue 8's being worked on. Like I said, I'm working on something to show Eric. So Eric, if you happen to catch this, I'm not dodging the call. I just want to make sure I have my ducks in a row before I pitch this fantastic idea.
I like how you put that. This fantastic idea.
Yeah, it's funny because if he rejects it, I've got to adapt a new name to it because I'm in love with the idea. But you know, that's how it goes. Concepts become concepts, right?
Right. Yeah. That's true. You okay?
Yeah, it's Monday. Hey,
Okay.
okay, so like check this out.
All right.
Did we show this last night?
I don't know.
This is the Cyclopean patch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep, it's been sewn to my vest, and it's right underneath my Cyclopean eye, which is advantageous because every day I have people ask me what's up with the eyeball. Now I can point to the great Cyclopean and say, "What do you mean?" I've been calling him my one-eyed super guy, which is kind of funny because kids are picking up on that. I guess I'll have to make that a byline for, you know, the great Cyclopean.
Yeah, that's good.
The one-eyed super guy.
And we were excited. We actually sold a set of your books to one of our comic creators. They were very much in love with the character, and
Yeah, he's
Mom.
very excited. He's reading through it. I am surprised a little bit because when I was his age, I would have gone through all 6 books the first night. But I
Yeah,
guess
but
that's the difference in comic books. You know, like,
you're not a normal dude, you know.
yes,
like,
I am. I'm a normal nerd. The thing is, nerd culture has really changed.
Mhm.
You know, where I would be reading them, he's watching stuff online, I'm sure, cartoons and stuff.
But
He's
I do know
definitely
that his
nerd, though.
mom is making him work for them too.
Yeah, which is
He's not
good.
a fast reader, you know. He's only had him for a couple days.
Maybe. He seems fast enough to me.
Hmm.
But all my kids do. Like, whenever I talk to teachers and parents, I don't think they understand just how powerful their kids are, you know? Like, they're all surprised when I tell them how well behaved they are and how in tune they are to what's going on and how much effort's going into it. And,
Yeah.
you know, maybe I look at it a little bit optimistically, but I see it for what it is. It's a positive.
You see it, the beauty of working with children, and that's what we really enjoy.
But in a way, I don't even see them as children.
You see them as little people? You see them as animals? What do you see them
Well,
as?
we're actually working, like, if they were plants, we're working with, you know, the forming of tomatoes plants, say, and we're able to give them what they need to make good tomatoes.
There you go.
So
Out.
it's like, yes, they're children, but right there is they're on the cusp of the next level. You know, they're like sponges, and what they take in is going to help lead them through their, you know, teen years, their their early adult years, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we've seen that through youth groups and stuff, but it's valid in whatever investment you make in their time.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's why we love it so much, because we know that it's not falling on a cement brick. These guys are little sponges, and you know they want to learn, especially when they're motivated, especially when it's something that they chose to learn.
Well, that's the biggest part, isn't it? I mean, like, I saw 2 of the kids today in class during free time,
Mm-hmm.
and they went nuts and they were talking away, and it's forming friendships, you know, like these kids
Right.
are hanging out when they normally wouldn't have hung out at all.
Right.
And when I caught them hanging out, they were actually discussing what they want to do in the book. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, it's good to see
Doing all this really wonderful stuff. Bringing these two kids that wouldn't normally probably hang out because they probably didn't realize that they both had a passion for, like the comic writing.
Well, they had nothing in common till the comic.
Right. Well, they didn't.
It's a very structured society right now. Like after COVID,
Mm-hmm.
kids are usually hanging either with kids they know really well, relatives. There's a lot of distance that was created over, the year of just absence.
Right.
And they still really haven't recovered. And it's kind of cool because you see the walls starting to break when you get them involved in something.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be separated like that. They don't, it's just the way it is. They didn't know this kid last year or the year before. And now they're it's kind of forming. It's been 2 years or so.
Right. But I think too, they're kind of getting back into the swing of, hey, we're human and we socialize and, we can do things in person. We don't have to be, virtual or whatever.
Right. In fact, I'd say they don't like virtual.
No, I know.
It's been my opinion watching them that virtual is not one of their great things. They're like,
It's true.
I'd rather just talk.
Right?
Which is kind of surprising. I mean,
well,
you wouldn't necessarily expect that from kids.
No, but you're an interesting guy to talk to too. They know that you're like a wealth of information when it comes to comics and whatnot. Right.
Well, I also do make them believe in themselves. Like my favorite thing is to tell people that, if you can write your name, you can draw.
Yeah. You like to encourage.
Yeah. Well, it's true though. If you want it bad enough, anybody can learn to draw.
Mm-hmm.
You may never draw as good as you wish you could, or even in the style you want to, but you can draw.
Exactly.
Right.
What's up, Tim?
Not much, G.
So it's Monday night, and it's 9 something, but we just 9:15. I decided to go late. Diana, I thought was going to skip the show.
I thought you were going to say, well, that's our show for now. You showed up really late, Tim.
That's it. Thanks for coming.
But you just started. Oh, yeah. Well, we went by our time.
Well, it's just I'm gonna start doing drawstrings when I do this, but I got to pick up new cables because of my cats. That's why we're on the subject of the cats. Because I went to do that and found all my cables are insufficient.
Uh-oh.
They're all bitten through.
Yeah, the cats messed them up.
Yeah, they are real friendly. And right now it's funny because not a one of them is near me. They know I'm on the air, so they leave me alone.
They figured it out, huh?
Yeah, they're not coming anywhere near you right now.
But they will, like, as I get off, then, just let me try to do something, let me go out and, I don't know.
They're just silly kitties.
Try to charge my stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, they are like ridiculously ridiculous. I can't even. So today I'm trying to, oops, sorry guys. I'm trying to, I have to clean Chewy Lynn's ear. She's got mites in it, which happens once in a while, And so I'm there with the cleaner and I got her laying down and I'm giving her snacks every time I do a little swipe and she's fine. Then Braveheart decides to pop up onto the couch and starts playing with her. So now they're batting each other. I'm like, stop already. So it's crazy. It's very, very crazy. That's all I got to say. I think I made this too big.
Well, like you pointed out, they were playing tug of war earlier tonight, and of course, Chewy won.
Right.
But she was dragging Brave around by a pole toy, and they were enjoying each other.
Yeah, they were. But oh my God, they're crazy. They're just crazy. I say.
I can only imagine what's happening when we're not here. Tom and Jerry, we may have to set up cameras.
Well, I do have that old iPad you can use for the camera. If you
Nah,
want.
we need to just go spend like a couple $100 and get a decent, decent little 5-pack 1080 resolution, set them up and download the apps on our phones, and we can watch them while we're at work.
Oh, okay. We could do
Then we
that.
can build a YouTube channel off of it.
Have you seen those videos where like the weirdest things caught on doorbell cams?
I've seen some of them, not like specifically, not like a compilation of them, but I've seen them in other video compilations.
The weirdos that show up in the dead of night and kind of hang out. There was one where it's like the person was like staring at the door out from the street for like a good 15 minutes or something.
That's weird.
That would be really creepy in our neighborhood because the foot traffic is so minimal.
Mhm.
That like if someone was actually walking the neighborhood and stopping in front of somebody's door, that would be weird.
That would be very weird,
Yeah.
honestly. Now that you say that, it's like, oh my God.
Now I want to go check my front door, see if it's locked. Hello, Terry. How are you tonight?
Hey, Gary.
How come Terry never gets in here anymore? He kind of.
No, that's not Terry. That's Carrie with a K.
Carrie
Oh,
was
Terry. Yeah, well, is that the one that calls me trouble? She would be
I don't
wrong.
know. I'm not sure. But Terry has been in here, I don't know, like in the last few, episodes.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, he's popped in once or twice before.
Yeah.
Look at you with your sunglasses, you goofball.
Looking cool.
Looking cool.
He's trying to be a rock
Yeah.
star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you want to know the truth? It helps my eyes so they don't hurt. Hey, I know who Carrie is from Devil Flyer. Okay. Carrie, I just went and looked at your channel. I remember you.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Carrie Underwood.
No.
No, it's Carrie with the. Hang on, I'll show you. I'm sure you
Crochet
you'll
lady.
recognize.
I know
Hang
who
on.
it is. I know who it is.
Well, now I've already loaded
Yeah,
it. So
see,
you're all gonna have to
I
see
know who it is. Timothy, you're just trouble.
this.
See
There
here.
we go. There we go.
Yeah, I know. I know.
My memory. Well, actually, it's because I looked at your channel. Very cool,
Yeah.
though. Welcome to the channel.
See, she's the one that calls me trouble.
Subscribe,
See,
and all that does.
right there, she says, "Timothy, you're just trouble."
Well, she does speak the truth, I mean, in a
We
good
consider him a project around here. We're working on trying to clean his act up. We're trying to make Melvin Mr. Melvin. We're trying to trade his machine gun in for a bubble gum.
No.
A bubble gun.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine how lame that would be? Melvin with a bubble gum.
Yeah.
Like and all it does is like it pops in people's faces and maybe has a concussion blow or something.
He goes to say a tough line and goes, "I need more bubbles."
Pop goes the weasel.
Crazy. You guys are crazy.
Diana inspired a new name tonight. I'm not going to share it, but
Mr. Bubbles.
I have a new name for a new villain.
Yeah.
He's going to be very Wolverine-like. The second it hit me, it struck me as like a street smart, "Hey, Bob, what are you doing?" type of guy.
Wait! I gave him a better another idea we could add to this Melvin thing you were talking about. He becomes a mail carrier. He goes, "Looks like it's time to," and then he gets closer to his face. "Deliver the mail."
I wish I had more time and more hands, or maybe a crew of artists, because there are so many. Like you could do a lot of parody off of that.
Looks like this mail is. Then close up again. Return to sender.
Oh my God.
Hey, so since you're here, I gotta ask, okay? Did you
Ooh.
see the thing they floated out about Yellow Flash on Twitter today and Lolly?
Nope. No, not at all. What the hell is going on now?
So you know how they were pounding on Vito for being a pedophile, which Vito has all his own responsibility for that with his joking
No,
and stuff, right?
he's not one. He's not one. He's a creepo, but he's not one of.
Right,
he's not
but I
a
mean,
bad
the reputation he has, he built by his own, by
guy.
telling
Well,
stupid
mouth.
jokes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, now that's tied back. They said so. Dick Matterson figured out that Yellow Flash has had a lolly artist on his Flashcast several times, and I'm like,
Okay.
oh my god. Well, now of course the big deal. You know what lolly is supposed to be, right?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Right. So it's
Unfortunately.
like, so this circle of weirdo, whether they're real or not, but all these like weird perverts are like running around on Twitter, kind of tied to comics, but not really. But oh my gosh, I mean,
Well, yeah,
and-
you notice like the Vito and company like to make weird associations, even though it just coincidentally you had an artist on there that did that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean that you and that artist work together or something.
well, and it also doesn't mean that you, as the host, are that kind of person.
Yeah.
But what it does mean to me is like, bro, when we started the show, I said it's like every time we turn over a rock, there's a snake under it. What the? Like every rock has a nasty, rotten snake. I'm like, God, can anybody ever like flip the rock and go, oh, look, this man was a prophet of God and just retired because he wanted to make comics? Or
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
my
shit.
God. You are
we
so-
never see like this guy was a wonderful doctor who, had to retire, but now he makes comics. Or we do have some. We have like Luke Stone, who's a former pastor. That's kind of cool.
Or what about this
he-
guy? He had a junk store in Des Moines, and now he just wants to do. He saved enough to do comic books. Something normal.
Is that you?
That's
Did you have a
bad.
junk store in Des Moines?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought it was you.
No. I'm using it as an example, Chris. Stick with the sub program here.
Oh my God, Chris. I'm like, I didn't know what he was. I honestly, he lost me on that one. I'm like, what? What did you just say?
It's actually the glass. These are the new Apple Pro Vision glasses, Pro Vision 2.
Let me
They look like
help.
sunglasses.
Let me fill
They're very-
you in, Diana. Then what I'm saying is, why can't there be somebody who had something normal in their past and their background is just pretty much boring?
Exactly.
I can handle boring.
Well, actually, there's like me, you, Rick. We're
Yeah.
kind of boring, but like the thing is, the guys that like, okay, so like who do you want to put in the limelight for a second, just to talk about the crap that's been swirling around them? It's like,
You know what? There's more than just the weirdos. There's a lot of hypocrisy.
well, yeah, because then you have like, so I guess EBS went off on a Christian rant with Graham Nolan. Remember that thing I mentioned the other night? I only caught a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it was a big thing. And it's like now people are pointing out, well, EBS, you hang out with all sorts of degenerates, and it's kind of hard to take you seriously as a Christian. I'm like, it's very frustrating because I'm thinking to myself, if God's going to work here, then I don't know. I just wish they'd be a little nicer and try to work on it a little smoother. But everybody tries to get a gotcha moment, so there is no time for anybody to just relax.
Well, that's the
They
problem.
all are
Everybody's
always
looking
on
for
defense.
the gotcha moment instead of saying,
Yep.
well,
They're,
Which is
yeah,
why-
exactly.
which is why I like I said, and people kind of get on me about that. I really want to just sell my books through distribution and not crowdfunding. I know that sounds nuts to some people, but why would I want to crowdfund when everyone's working on a gotcha moment, or you hear about so and so? Like, I don't care. I want to make a comic book.
Well, I think what I want to do is I want to make a global organization called the Cyclopean Scouts. And every year I want to send the Cyclopean Scouts out with like a menu of 12 comics. And they can go
There
door
you
to
go.
door and offer the comics, at various, packages and pricing. And, they can fundraise for their local troops. And we can sell millions of comics. We'll have like Thin Mint comics and oatmeal comics.
Samoan
Yeah,
comic,
Samoan comic.
Tagalog
What do you
comic.
think, Diana?
You guys are making me hungry for Girl Scout cookies. Stop.
Chocolate on the outside, peanut butter inside the comic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually had Reese's peanut butter cups today.
You did?
Yes, they were quite good.
I'm sure.
Don't eat.
They've
Don't
gone back to the old cup, I think, because it was thicker.
Don't eat too much Reese's peanut butter cups. Then you'll go from having Reese's Pieces to Reese's Feces.
Right?
That was bad, man. That was horrible.
That was awful. I know. Kind of made me feel sad inside.
You're a nut. Didn't work.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you don't. Oh man, I want to talk about all the stuff that we're doing, but I can't talk about all of it yet.
Oh,
And by we, I mean me, because Diana,
Oh.
poor Diana, she's not really involved in it yet because she hasn't had to edit. I've only given her
Hmm.
brief glimpses into the world.
Yeah, but I'm doing other stuff. We have some cons coming up in the next month or two.
con!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm working on that. Trying to get
yep.
that stuff.
Those are going to be fun. We're going to be trying to, well, we are narrowing our selection down to the Great Collection. So
Mhm.
we'll have a very focused table this season, and we'll see how that works. It used to be we wanted to show all our titles. Now I'm like, I want to show one title
Yeah.
and try to make it about that one character. So we'll get a custom, a new custom banner, and go for broke. Let's make it this year, honey.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
let's
I mean-
license to Kenner and make all sorts of dolls, action figures.
Uh,
I know.
then Kenner's going to look at you and go, great, who?
Oh no! Once they see them and they understand the concept, they'll be like, "Yeah, let's do it." Because we can put them in armor. We can have like Battle Scar Cyclopean and underwater Cyclopean and outer space Cyclopean and yeah, just like He-Man. Do you remember
Divorce lawyer Cyclopean.
Do you remember Battle Scar He-Man? He had the
I had that.
just yeah, and it would flip and it would look like somebody scratched him.
Yeah, I also had the original He-Man. I had Battle Cat.
Yeah.
I had Castle Grayskull. Although my brother claims that we both had Castle Grayskull. Mine. We had that one ship that looked like a giant bird.
Oh yeah.
I had Ram Man. I had Skeletor. I had them pretty much all of them.
All right, show off.
That's right. Flexing. I was a nerd. You're just jealous.
In our neighborhood, we might have had 75% of that. And everybody gathered together might have most of the kingdom, but Tim, we didn't have anybody who had them all.
Now, the only Transformers wise, I always tell the people the story. I didn't have regular Optimus Prime. I had Power Master Optimus Prime. I didn't want Power Master Optimus Prime.
I felt like the Transformers were coming out so quickly, it was almost impossible to get them all. Like every time you thought you got them all, there was a new batch being released.
I think the original ones we had were, I think we had Ratchet. I had Brawn. My brother had Megatron. Bumblebee, we had that one. We had the Constructicons, but we couldn't put them together. It was very frustrating for us.
Next time I'm up at Tony's, I'll try to get a shot of all his stuff. But that's like trying to get a shot of like all the mountains, in Colorado.
If they got
There's so much.
if he has all the Transformers, oh my gosh, I have to pray to Jesus to give me the strength not to take one.
Tim, I'm telling you this. He might. I mean, he would if he does. He has them in series. Like he would know what series and all that stuff. The thing that got me was his collection of all the. It was like the afternoon syndicated stuff from Japan. All the anime that got Americanized.
Mm-hmm.
Force 5, Battle of the Planets. He had some Voltron. He had Ganga.
I wish they had dubbed the Headmasters series, which was like in Japan they continued the Transformers series as Headmasters.
They didn't do that, huh?
Not here in the States. No, they pulled the plug like 4 episodes in of season 4. They pulled the plug on the whole thing. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. We would have seen like was it Soundwave and Blaster fight duke it out, and you would have seen Blaster rip off Soundwave's arm and punch in his tape deck.
So why didn't they?
Because it was more popular in Japan and America had lost interest.
I don't think America ever lost interest. I think
I kind of wonder that
faded.
myself. Like the comic book continued until like issue was it 100. We got all the toys that they got. It's just that the cartoon continued.
Right.
Galvatron died in a weird way, though. I didn't quite understand that, but
All right, you guys, I did something because we were talking about it, and I just wanted to see this, so I'm going to share it.
Okay.
okay.
This was one of those. I'm sure he has this in his room somewhere, but this is Star Avengers. Pretty sure he has it.
Star Avengers.
Look at those effects.
Seizure Vision.
1987 reprint. I don't know what that beeping noise is. Do you remember this, Tim?
No, not really.
All right, watch this. They formed robots. According to Who's on Top, they changed. That's tiny. He's the big chubby guy. I think that's the name. Star Avengers, man.
82, huh?
Yeah.
I was like
87 reprint.
87. Well,
But it came out in America in 82, I guess.
I was like 3 in 82.
Oh, you were missing out, bro. Those were some good cartoons. They were stupid, just like we were talking last night. They were dumb and written for kids, but they were just actually they weren't originally in Japan. I'm sure they were much more story oriented, but by the time they got here and butchered,
Yeah.
you know, but we enjoyed them for what they were.
Yeah, I think the only anime that I didn't realize was anime at the time was Star Blazers, Voltron, and Speed Racer.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. There were so many more. Like there was Robotech, which I always got a thrill.
And Robotech.
Yep, yep. That was always awesome, and it was like the big boy Transformers. Every time I watched it, I felt like I was watching something that I would get in trouble for watching, even though it was still just a cartoon, but it had a different feel to it.
Yeah. Oh, I got away with watching Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead was a little difficult. You had to keep the volume down to where you could hear it, and then what I'd do is I'd flip up one channel, and so I could easily change it back. But what I do as soon as they went, my grandma would go, "What are you watching?" I go up one channel, then she'd grab the remote from me and hit previous channel and just go back to that channel I was on already. You're like, okay, and she'd hand the remote back. Or
yeah, you had to be a little slick.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy I could watch at my uncle's house, I think, and he didn't care as long as I went to bed.
Well, my mom was like highly restrictive, but She had everything she could on cable. So as soon as she went out for the night, it was tiptoe into the living room. On came Cinemax, and we were watching whatever was there.
And then you just never say a damn word about what you watched.
Never, because it was either sex or horror on Cinemax, or stupid comedy that was full of like topless runarounds.
Yeah.
But none of it was suitable for a child.
Of course, that's why you were watching it.
Well, my favorite was horror. I loved the horror stuff that would actually give me a feeling, because all the other stuff was just, I don't know, sex was all right, but I wasn't really into it at that age. I was a little young, and the comedy usually went over my head. I didn't understand all the references all the time, but I would laugh like I did.
I was a little wussy at the time. I was scared of rated R movies until I hit 16. I were watching Predator 2, and if you just imagine, when they yell cut, what would, then it's not so real. They're like, oh, okay.
Well, I got broken early. My mother was watching The Exorcist, and
I can't watch that. That just creeps me out.
well, we had a living room set up that was such that I could sit at the very top of the stairs and lean over on my belly and see the TV and hear it. And she couldn't see me the way the couch was underneath the like against the stairs.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing too much and coming down crying, asking her to shut it off, because I tried to go back to my room and I could hear the demonic little Linda Blair voice.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I want to say I was 7 or 8. And I was like, no, you shut it up, the devil's coming.
If you heard the actual original audio tapes that whole movie's based on, you'd never want to watch it ever.
Well, I was quite fascinated after that with the whole idea of it, but it's kind of like fool's gold, because if you actually run into a real demonic possession, you're going to wish you never did.
Like I said,
So
I heard the audio tapes of the actual thing it's based on, and no, a human being cannot make that kind of noise. I ain't never going to watch that movie. No.
yeah, it's freaky.
No.
It's freaky.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying I've never seen one.
No.
I'm going based on testimony of somebody who I believe did. And yeah, I don't ever want to have to deal with it directly like that.
Yeah. I put it this way, it scared the crap out of me so much I turned it off. I was like, I'm not listening to audio anymore. A human being cannot make that kind of sound. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I've heard and seen some weird stuff in my time. My mom used to do some freaky stuff. And I don't know if it was my imagination or stuff that was really happening, but long story short, I believe there are weird things in this world that really will freak us out.
Naturally. That's what I said. You watch was it Slapped Ham with Cal, and goes through the countdown, like number 6, embodied head walks past window, the disembodied head walks past window or something like that, Oh wow. A lot of times you can barely even see it what you're looking at, but sometimes they have those videos like they always have like those people that explore abandoned houses.
Oh, those are kind of fun to watch.
Yes, I was freaked out because you don't know what's in that house.
Yeah, I binge watched those for about a week, and then I just got sick of seeing like really cool walls, and like that was my fascination. They were showing the old architecture and stuff, but after a while, you've seen them all, and it just I changed my mind.
Or like there's something else in there with them, and then they just shaky cam, and then you don't see, then they cut off. That's the thing I hate is like, well, we'll never know what that was, will we?
No, because they're just teasing. It's all a tease.
Well, I mean, some of that, like those abandoned houses, sometimes there's a homeless dude living in there, and that's what you hear. Like, dude, if you're gonna go into an abandoned house, you don't know if there's anybody in there. Like, there's legitly a abandoned farmhouse somewhere in this country where a lady who's a little ill lives, and I guess she gets supplies every once in a while.
Well, we knew a guy in this town that was going into abandoned buildings and living in them. So yeah, it definitely happens. Um, and if you're in there and you don't know he's in there or she's in there, it can really freak you out.
Yeah.
Can't let haters get to me.
Yep. Damn right.
Have you had haters lately?
Oh yeah, they've been drinking a big glass of Haterade.
You must be talking about, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't let
that
it
guy.
get to you. Don't let
No,
it get
no,
to
I
you.
ain't gonna let it get to me. No way. I work so hard to get where I am, and I just hate when people shit on it.
Well, just remember, he shits on everything.
Yeah, that's okay.
It doesn't matter what it is. He's going to shit
I
on
laugh
it.
hard when he's streaming and nobody shows up, so he's talking to himself.
Hey, I do that. If you guys show up, so I don't have to do it, but like Mike is heavy competition for me, so my viewership,
I'm just saying.
I'm doing this now just because it's a habit, Tim.
But it's what it is. It's whatever.
But the night of soloing, like I'll probably, when I get in here one night and nobody's here, I'll probably do a half hour. But like, yeah, it's all right. I'm going to be consistent so that, when the big hit comes.
What you gotta do when nobody's in here is just show like random cartoon shorts until people show up.
Yeah. Well, that, and I think if I was doing drawing while I was doing this, I could like run some music and just draw. And if nobody's here, that's fine. I have better luck running my music because most people just stream it from YouTube, or even put a speaker behind them or whatever. But I can actually download and load it up digitally as part of my signal, which makes it sound a little better. Most people can do that. I don't want to make it sound like that's hard, but most people don't do that. They don't go through it.
I see.
Miss Diana, what on earth are we working on?
I told you I'm making the pattern for the doll.
Oh, that's
You making a
exciting.
voodoo doll?
No.
A
For the plush.
plushie.
The plushie. I'm making them bigger. And yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
I'm gonna sculpt out the rest of the Cyclopean doll.
You got a what?
I've got
You're
to
gonna make an action figure?
Cyclopean doll.
Are you gonna make an actual action figure, the kind where they have like different hand poses?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I am looking at getting they have these pre-made like body molds. Like they're dolls that are pre-made. And Diana found this stuff. It's like it's called cos clay, but it's basically a plastic clay that you can shape, you can mold, and then you can bake it, and it has like some firmness to it. It doesn't like you can't just squish it up and make something new after that. It becomes what you made it. And I'm thinking instead of putting heads on those, we could actually put a great Cyclopean overlay on it to make it. We can do this, Diana.
Yeah.
I'm totally thinking we just need to find the right bodies, and I'll sketch I'll make the tops, and we'll put an eyeball in them, a glass marble eyeball,
Okay.
and away we'll go. We'll go from there, because those pre-made doll bodies, action figure bodies, whatever you want to call them, they're fully articulated.
What are they called again?
They're generic like body dolls that come without heads. Oh, the stuff I'm going to use for sculpting is called cos clay. Diana bought it.
Yeah. It's designed for like people that do cosplay and they have body parts that need to articulate or things like that. So it's made out of plastic and rubber.
Yes. And it's awesome. I was using it. Was it last night we did it?
It was Saturday night.
Fantastic. Yeah. But like, okay, so see this one here, Biblical Adventures? That's expensive. That's $19.99.
Yeah.
But it's a body without a head.
Right.
and that could easily be made into the Great Cyclopean. I'd rather have them a little bulkier. There's a bulkier guy in here that would work, but they're out there. We could find decent buys on these and create our own Great Cyclopean custom made action figures.
It'd probably end up looking like a one of those Marvel series action figures.
Well, from there, we also have to decide, okay, do we paint his costume on, or do we have Diana cut and sew one, or, how do we want to go about that?
Paint.
Hey,
I'm thinking painting would be best.
oh, paint. I thought you said, hey. I'm like, what? Hey.
No, paint.
Hayes for horses.
Yeah.
But they have so many different, parts that we could choose from. Even like wrestlers might be really good. They have generic wrestling bodies. Yeah, I've done a lot of looking, and there's a ton of this stuff. I don't want the heads though, because we don't want a head. We want to make our own head.
Well, if I made a Melvin one, I'd have to have one with a head.
Well, you see the heads here? They have all these generic heads, but none of them have Melvin hair, so you'd have to do something about that custom.
Yeah, that's true.
But it can be done. And some of these wrestling heads have hair, so maybe you can adapt one.
Yeah.
It depends on what you want to do. I want to do this just because Captain Aura has his own action figure.
Yeah.
So
Well, I figured you could probably do like where you'd have different action figures, and you'd have one each would have a part that you put together, make another action figure, build a figure.
You mean like for your stuff?
Oh, I could do that too. I was just throwing it out there.
I don't know. I'm gonna stop looking because I could keep going and going and going. But yeah, I'm intrigued by the possibilities.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll do something with that because I have to. And that's all I can say on that for now. It will be done soon though, because Diana got my curiosity piqued with the cosplay stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it just went so well, and I don't know. It did feel good in my hand. I got to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It felt natural. I know that carving was in my family,
Sculpting.
and so there's the cosplay stuff. This is the stuff she got, right, honey?
Yeah.
And like, see there, the dog has like some weird sculpted flowers off its ear and stuff. But all sorts of little things can be made off of it. It's good. It's really good. Takes at $275.
Well, you could always have the Cyclopean action figure in different parts, and people just have to pay for each part.
I could make those stretch goals.
They pay for a foot, and then they get if they order now, they get the left foot free, and they have to pay.
No,
for the
I was
legs.
thinking about it. What if I just made a campaign where nothing was available, but the issue that I'm funding, but the stretch goals were such that like, every $50 there was something new added to it. Like, what if it started off like, so you're backing it for a book, but the book only has 2 pages, and every $50 you get 2 more pages until you get a full book. And
jeez, that's kind of an FU in a way. Like, hey, by the way, you want this book entirely? FU.
Yeah, you better call your family and get everybody to buy one. We're running slow. No, I wouldn't do that, but I am trying to think of creative ways to crowdfund.
Well, I was thinking of an idea of like, if people get a copy of Melvin #1 Special Edition, I'd have a book. I'd have the Xenodicius #1 free with proof of purchase and your mailing address.
That would be cool.
And it'd be free. So that was an idea.
Is it like a black and white ash can?
I think it would be a small book. It wouldn't be a full book, but yeah, I'd have probably an 8-page story of Zed and Odysseus escaping the gray aliens, and then maybe a 3 or 4 pager that have to do with Melvin's childhood or something, and then maybe a funnier third story that would probably be like 3 or 4 pages.
Very cool. I'm thinking about doing something way different for issue 8. Experimental, but I'm still going to try it, I think. I'm not going to announce it. Can I announce it yet, honey?
What?
What I'm thinking about doing with the next issue.
Oh, probably not. You haven't really decided.
Okay, then I won't.
Don't you think you should wait till you decide if you're going to actually do it or not?
You know how you tell people without telling people?
Conversation. You guys can talk about something else if you need to.
Yeah.
You
You know how you tell people without telling people? You go, well, we have a lot of plans in the work. We could do this, and only one of the things you're actually going to do, and nobody knows which one.
No, but the one, if I do it, it could revolutionize the industry, Tim. Everybody will start doing it.
All
So you
right.
said
You'll see special editions coming out from all publishers. Marvel will be copying me.
I already have a special edition coming out. You're just stealing my idea.
You'll need a special edition after this thing.
Extra special edition, 1 page more special.
You know what, though? I have to get it by Diana still. I still haven't really convinced her, but I have an idea that I think would be really cool, especially with kids. I just haven't convinced anybody else yet.
The Great Cyclopean Beat 'em Up game.
I can't comment, right, honey? Ah! I won't. I'll wait. I'm
That
cool.
tells me that I was close. You shouldn't say,
No,
have
but-
said anything there, Chris.
I do want to do a video game. That's not it, but someday we will have a 2D side-scrolling platformer for Cyclopean.
I bet you
I
it's going to be.
don't have the
I
knowledge.
bet you it's going to be a cartoon. You're going to do a cartoon.
Well, I am working. Okay, so somebody said I can't do a trailer. It was supposed to be a slam. This was one of the guys on Twitter. So I am working on figuring out motion, Dream Motion, I think it's called, Procreate Dreams. And once I get that down, I'll be able to animate pretty easily. I hope. As easily as it can make it in that program.
Oh yeah.
Diana let me buy it. I was going to buy it anyways, just to support the company because I really love Procreate, and it's a buy it once type program. Like I've received several updates and only bought it once, and I bought it at half price at that. It was on special.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, if they put out a program for how to know when to plant seeds outside for watermelons, I'd buy it just to support them. Does that make me a sucker? I don't think so. I just like what they've done with the stuff that I use. Diana,
Yes, sir.
we only have 4 more minutes till an hour.
Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to go.
Already?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the clock. It's staring at me. But I haven't mentioned at all today. But don't forget Hero Shack or the Great Cyclopean issues 1 through 6 are available on HeroShack.com for free. No signups, no gimmicks, no cookie tracking stuff from us. We're just giving them out. Share them with kids. Share them with people who like comics. Read them yourselves. Get acquainted. Subscribe and like our channel. We're up to 86 subs. I noticed that today. Oh, yes. It's great, isn't it?
That's awesome. Hey, hi, Outcast. I'm sorry. Like I said, I wasn't going to come
Hello,
out.
Outcast.
I had to get this done, so I'm a little slow on the response. I apologize.
She
I'm just gonna
apologizes.
blame it on Canadian connections.
Yes, damn Canucks.
I know where you get your internet from, Diana.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
stealing it from our friends up north.
That's right.
The problem is, you guys, I've got to get this done.
They're too
And-
polite. They confront you about it.
Yeah. Oh God. No.
You Trudeau lover, you.
You should. You
We
should
know.
don't Trudeau. You should Trudeau.
That's right.
These are so sad.
What? I don't even know if she knows who Justin Trudeau is.
Yeah, he's the Canada dude.
He's the
The
king.
Canada dude. That's right.
He's the chief commander, right?
That's right. The guy who sells us Canadian dry.
What?
The guy who sells us Canadian dry ginger ale.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
that's the guy.
And his
And I knew it.
That's
See,
one of the exports of any country in the world. Canadian dry ginger ale.
we need to ban Canada Dry down here and take a stand against Canada.
Well, we could boycott it, right, and just totally screw up their economy.
Yep. Say no to their maple syrup.
And Celine Dion.
Yeah. She can sink with the boat.
uh-huh.
Yeah, our hearts must go on.
I think I have my plush pattern. Okay,
You have a plush pattern?
I am plush pattern. Yeah.
Are you going to share it, or are you just going to tease?
No, I'm not going to share it. I'm hoping to get it sewn and ready to present at least the rough on Wednesday night. So that's
On the show?
yeah. I want to get. He won't be stuffed or anything, but it's a plush. It's a big plush of Cyclopean. He's going to be about 12 inches long. That's what I'm going to think I'm going to go with. It's like a ragdoll type of thing, but I'm trying to make it as superhero-y, if that's a word, as I
Your
can.
original one was very big too.
Yeah.
Remember the first one we made? It was big and he was bulky.
Did you
Yeah.
guys? You guys
Well,
probably. Did you guys ever see the new cover? The cover for Melvin 2 special edition?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Never
I
saw
think
that.
so.
with the gradient. Well, put it up.
All right, I will.
Oh wait, Tim. I don't think I've seen it before.
Oh, you haven't? Well, let me.
Does it have a green background?
No, it doesn't have a green background, you fool.
That's not. Oh, there it is. Oh, look, it's maroon red.
Yes, isn't that badass?
Look at the gradient from red to black.
Yes,
I love it.
so freaking metal.
That is cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be flashing new art soon. But like I want to make sure it's perfect before I get it into the videos, because I notice a lot of my videos will have early art and I don't go back and change it, when the art gets updated. So I want to wait until the art is perfect. I'm starting to get it more serious because Diana and I went through a lot proofing this one at the end. And the cleaner I can do it now in the beginning, the better it'll be at the end.
Yes. I should probably mention before you guys wrap things up, Melvin #1 special edition is at Walmart, Amazon, and Barnes & Noble, and now Powell's bookstore.
But what if I want to buy it in Oregon?
Well, then you go there's the Portland's Powell's location.
Really? Powell's is in Oregon?
Yes, it is, Chris.
I have relatives in Oregon. I will tell them.
Thank you, Chris.
It will require me talking to a relative I haven't spoken to in a decade and a half, but I will do this.
So don't be a filthy commie. Get yourself a copy of Melvin #1 today on Walmart,
.com.
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Powell's.
Do you mean Walmart, like where you go to buy stuff?
Yeah, things.
Oh my God. That's great.
God has nothing to do with this.
Or does he? You're hearing about this for a reason, folks.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perhaps tonight's the night you look up Melvin. You grab your credit card and you find yourself typing in those illustrious numbers.
Plot twist.
Oh, it's Rick. Should we let him in?
Why not?
I'm leaving.
teenage
Good night.
friends.
Oh,
God bless you
I
guys.
get it. I come, you leave.
Oh, I know. See, Rick
I just
feels so
kicked her out.
rejected.
See how long it takes her to realize it.
It's a total sausage fest now.
Oh, she left. She realized it and left.
Of course, I was kidding, just teasing.
How's it going?
Good. Yourself?
Horrible, man. Horrible. No, it's good.
What's new in the world of Rick Piper?
Not a lot. I went to an amusement park today. That was in Cultus Lake, which is a little town or just over from Chilliwack. It's about by car. It's about 7 minutes away, but walking it's about an hour. So took some
Oh,
video
did
of that. So
Did
I'm
you
gonna
walk
be
an
putting that
entire
video
way?
together. Yeah, walked it there, walked back, walked
Did
all
you
around.
take Did you take a sack lunch? That way you can stop and have lunch.
No, I didn't because I didn't know whether I'd be able to bring food into the park because it's probably a lot of amusement parks will not let you bring food in.
Or you don't
But
go
this
into
one
the
didn't.
park.
Pardon?
You don't go into the park. You eat it outside the park, near the fence, or like some. Must I think of everything?
Yeah,
Rick?
but yes, but if you go out of the park, you cannot go back in without paying. And well,
Oh God, my head. We broke. Never mind.
You put your
Continue.
sandwich in between your cheeks and you go.
but I found out they don't search your backpacks for that, like some, So next time I go, I'll bring some sort of bagged lunch or food or whatever to eat.
Did they have rides?
Yeah. Well, it was an amusement park. I hope so.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, I don't know. I've been to amusement parks in Maine, for instance, and there's like one roller coaster that's probably 300 feet long. It goes about 6 feet in the air, and then down to the bottom is really small. And over there, there's a Ferris wheel that stands about 22 feet in the air. It's not very high, has about 8 seats. And over there, they have a merry-go-round. And oh, yeah, you can walk around, and they have animals you can pet. Aren't you amused?
Not really.
Yeah, that's how it was up there, at least.
Well, okay. Well, this is a little bit bigger than that, but not. It wasn't. It was all right, but I've been to Canada's premier amusement park, Canada's Wonderland, which makes this look like a shack out back.
There's a place called Canada's Wonderland.
Yeah.
Is it like Walt Disney?
No, it's not quite that good.
Is it like Six Flags?
Yeah, closer to that.
Oh, it's nice. No, that's nice. That's cute. Canada has people in it.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, but this
Oh, wow.
one that's near me now is, like I said, it's small. I think they don't even have like 20 rides total. But they had a mini golf in there, an 18-course mini golf. That was free to play, so I did that.
No,
They
that's some
had, like, a
cool
kiddie
roller
coaster.
coasters, though. The Behemoth
Yeah,
looks really badass. Black Hole looks badass.
Oh yeah, you're talking for Canada's Wonderland. Yeah, Behemoth is great. So is Leviathan.
Yeah, I'm looking at you didn't mean this park when you said 20 rides. Because this
Yeah.
park has a ton of them. I'm going through going, wow, Rick, this is pretty
No.
big.
Canada's Wonderland has like probably close to 100 rides.
Yeah.
The one that I was just had I think like maybe somewhere between 15 and 20 rides.
Gotcha. Wow, the Yukon Striker. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Another good one is I forget which one. Come on, think. There's a roller coaster. While you're on it, you're also playing a video game.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of wow. They have a yeah. Okay. Oh, there it is. Wonder Mountain's Guardian,
Yeah, Guardian. Yeah.
and they're all wearing like glasses. Oh, I see. Hang on, let me share this because everybody in America should see this. There we go. Look at that.
Yeah. 3D glasses, and then once you go inside the mountain, they have screens up that you shoot at with your gun.
What's with the guy in the back?
They're-
That's a
what do you
lady.
mean?
Oh, that's a lady. Never mind.
Yeah,
She's
well,
a
those are
fat-
different. Those are different cars, and they turn. So
Oh,
seating 4 on each car, back to back.
this is supposed to be its like little trailer, right?
Yeah. The story of what you're doing, for the video game.
Oh my God, you will believe in dragons. You will. That trailer.
Nobody
convinced me.
heard. Nobody heard any of that because it was muted. You didn't turn that sound on.
Oh, that's fine. It was just music. It went dun 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 dun.
Okay, I was
No lyrics. What's that?
I wasn't sure whether it said anything on that or not. But
No, it didn't say anything. It showed a dragon blink like 3 times and it said, "You will believe."
yeah, well, I saw the dragon blinking and some stuff in the
You'll
dragon.
be slightly less skeptical than dragons.
No, you will believe. This roller coaster ride changes lives.
You'll see the world for the lie that it is.
And dragons are real. And the earth is flat.
And you can still make that jump even if you believe that you can fly.
Yeah. Yeah,
And we are
shenanigans are real. Just nowadays, we usually call them dinosaurs.
No, they exist on the other side of the Arctic wall that we are told is the southern pole. You guys don't know these conspiracy theories? Come on.
I know that. I know that. So
I know.
I can't be the only one who thinks dragons are just a few 100,000 miles away.
Yeah,
We just got to fly there and get them.
it's funny that in the olden times they used to think the world was flat, and now there's people that still think the world's flat.
Well, I don't think it's flat. I think it's bumpy. I don't know. I know that it could be round. It could be flat. There's
It's
no way I can.
round. It's
but it can be
Well-
round and flat at the same time.
only in the modern age can people question stupid things.
Well, no, it's entirely possible that there is a global conspiracy of some sort of great
Yeah, for sure.
epic, like godlike, antichrist movement. But if it is, we're all screwed anyways because they've got it covered. Like everybody believes it. 99% of the world believes that the world is a round sphere. Like 0.5% think it's some sort of like egg shape. They've conceded that much. They're like, well, maybe it's not a perfect sphere. And then you have like that other percentage that's just like flat, and there is a man underneath that holds it up. And well, I don't know if they actually say that, but that's what I always think of when I think of a flat Earth.
Don't go too far east. You'll fall off.
Dude, have you never played Atari? You just come out the other side. Dear goodness. You've never played Asteroids, have you?
No.
I played
Or Pac-Man.
Asteroids.
Pac-Man doesn't count because it's got a gateway. Asteroids is where it's at. Because you can go.
Yeah, but you go through that one thing and you end up on the other side. I'm not sure whether that's a gateway.
What's that?
It's a way off. I'm not sure whether it's a gateway. It's a way off the one side of the board, and you end up coming on the other.
Yeah, it's
Did you
definitely
know
it's a wormhole.
there's actually an end to Pac-Man? Like
Yes.
supposedly, if you survive long enough, the half the game starts turning into ones and zeros.
Yeah, there's a kill screen, they call it, right? Where the computer stops working properly.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently there's one for Tetris too.
There's also 3 endings for Donkey Kong.
Why hasn't this guy moved? I want him to demonstrate the side of the screen warp. That's how the world works. When you go too far east, you pop out on the west.
Right?
Yeah,
Because of magic.
it seems weird. He's just turning his cursor in a circle.
Yeah, he's not very good at this yet. Come on, move. Uh-oh, he got the UFO. He's pretty good. I would have gotten killed by that. It never occurred to
I
me
used
these
to
games
play.
are trying to be
I
hard.
remember playing this so much as a kid.
I love Asteroids. I keep it on my emulator. You know, the old 2600 version.
Oh,
I still play it. This one's better. But I still play the 2600 version. I played it so much as a kid. It's only natural. And the Pac-Man, even though that is horrible, I still play that sometimes for nostalgia's sake too. Do you remember the old bang, bing, bang, bang? The Atari 2600 version. Horrible.
No,
Something
I
like
never
that.
played Atari.
Get out of town. You had to have.
Nope.
He's too
I had-
young.
I had Commodore 64 because the regular Nintendo was too expensive, and then the next thing we had was Super Nintendo, and PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and this Xbox is what I had.
He's
the
like
newest
10
one.
years younger than me, so it's like
This sound does not make you like tingle.
Nope.
that's
this
the
was
Atari
bomb.
version.
When I was a kid, this was as close as it got to me in arcade at home for me. It's rather annoying now, so I'll just turn it off, the volume. But
Are you playing that or?
no, this is a clip off of YouTube. I could be playing it, but my wires are all screwed up. Thank you, kitties.
Stupid cats.
Yeah, I got to get everything replaced. They did that when they were really young, though, like 3 weeks ago. That's a long time in cat years.
What was that square that he just ate?
That was one of the fruits.
Yeah, it would be like the cherries or something like that.
Yeah, you could look it up in the manual, like whatever the square that's kind of orangish, reddish is. Could be strawberry, it could be apple, could be watermelon. Hell, it could be banana for all we know. I mean, it's Atari
Did you-
2600.
And this one
Did you-
only has 2 ghosts instead of 4.
Did
So
you
can
ever
you guys
play?
see Can you guys see in the
Popeye?
back room?
Can we see the what?
In the back room.
No.
No.
There's a guy named Gabe back there. And he's face painted, which is funny because I like face paint.
I have no
Um,
idea what you're talking about, but I'm gonna pretend like I do.
Oh, the back room of
Yeah. How you doing, Gabe?
Hey,
Oh, hey. They're. Yeah, we didn't.
how y'all
Hello.
doing?
good.
Good.
How
Yourself?
are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Do we know Gabe?
No
No, I
idea.
just
That's
hopped
why
on.
I'm not running the video.
So what were y'all talking about?
Well, currently we're talking about the Atari 2600 Pac-Man.
Sorry, let me get this. That's cool.
Yeah. You play any of the 2600? Tim doesn't even remember it.
Yeah, I did. I used to have a bunch of old consoles and stuff. I have a few in my closet I might be able to pull out.
I'm doing retro stuff now, and it's going back living the classic. I remember when this was like Sears and Roebuck had one of these out too. That was the one my mother ended up getting me. Sears and Roebuck.
Well, like I said, did you ever play the Popeye game?
Yes. Popeye was like a Donkey Kong rival at for a while.
Yeah. I remember playing that one. I always got to level 2 or 3, but
So Gabe, where are you from? Nope, he dropped out.
okay.
All right. Well, it was nice to see you, Gabe.
Well, I mean, at least he wasn't a weirdo.
Well, he wasn't full clown makeup. I just couldn't let him on screen, not knowing him. Because
Yeah.
that's usually when you get something big and bad in your face, you know. But I
Yeah.
did like the face paint. I'm a former face painter. Scared the heck out of the kids. So anyways, guys, it's been almost an hour and a half and I'm getting tired. So unless anybody has something great to talk about, I'm going to go to bed.
Probably.
It's only
Well, I
9
mean,
o'clock.
all I gotta say is, Melvin #1 on Walmart, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and now Powell's.
Yeah, but what if I'm like on the web and I just maybe I'm like buying myself a stereo from, I don't know, Walmart. Can I get it on Walmart?
You can get it on their website, yeah, and it'll be delivered.
You mean while I order my stuff to be delivered, they'll also deliver a Melvin book?
Yes,
That's pretty good, man.
through the magic of technology.
I'm trying to simulate a commercial. I hope it helps.
Yes, and if you get Melvin #1, it will help you with the ladies.
Ooh.
This guarantee is void in all known.
Will you be able to
parts of
smell
reality.
Melvin?
No.
What does Melvin smell like?
Why would you ask that question?
We know what he smells like.
Hell no,
Oil
Melvin.
ham.
I'm gonna mute myself because you guys are weird.
All right, guys. I'm going to kill the stream. Please like, subscribe. Check out HeroShack.com. We have free books. Don't forget, Rick is working his butt off. If you need an inker or a colorist, Rick is highly qualified. See that, Rick? I just remembered you're trying to get freelance work. Yeah, so don't forget to hit Rick up over at Cross Comics. And me, you can hit me up. I'm a good guy, and we'll be back tomorrow night. And God bless,
Just
and
don't hit
and
me
make
too
good
hard.
comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hit
Right.
Rick too hard. And okay, I'm going to run the music.
Although
and-
I will
and
have
run-
a show tomorrow night too.
Oh yeah, 10.
Although, yeah,
Yay.
10 Eastern or 7 Pacific.
I'll leave and go right into that show. I think that's what we'll do. Although it's 10:20 right now, but that'll only mean an hour. Diana will like that. All right. Good night, everybody.
What's down? Tell me something going round. Let's discuss the light of day. Spitting truth, come with me. What's up, what's down? Nothing's ever out of bounds. There has to be a better way. Always something of a better play. Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack, baby things. Hero Shack, hey, Hero Shack, yeah. Hero Shack, daily things. Here we go.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden move. You don't know the half of the abuse.